So just a quick video this time. I don't have a bunch of content lined up really. Work is busy and this coronavirus situation, who knows what will happen with that. So I thought I will give a bit of a preview of what I have coming up for my bike and for the content in the near to medium far future. The plan for the bike might disappoint some people. I'm sorry if that's the case, but rather than chasing every single gram I can, no matter what consequences there are or how much money I need to spend, which is really what my heart wants to do, I think I will try to switch on the brain a bit and really focus on the type of riding I want to do. Climbing is still my focus, which is hard not to do when you ride in Japan, so I will always try to go as light as possible. But this year I want to do more long type endurance rides, all day affairs, so focusing a bit more on the durability of parts and the bike kind of makes sense, especially since I don't really have any family I can call in the middle of the mountains to come pick me up here. So upping that reliability a bit kind of makes sense, or that's at least what I'm trying to tell myself. I also want to get more overnighters, flash packing stuff this year, because last year was pretty damn pathetic in that regard. So I'm looking to do a few tweaks to my bike packing setup that I can hopefully share in some upcoming videos. I'm also toying with the idea of live streaming. That will definitely be a new forte for me, especially when I have new stuff that I don't really have put any time in. Just do that first kind of impression unboxing if that's necessary, and have some more interaction going on. Would be kind of interesting. We'll see if I can do that. Judging by how many takes I need to do just for these videos, it could be a disaster, but let's see. So to illustrate what I meant by switching the brain on a bit more, the latest addition to the bike, you might have guessed it from the thumbnail. This feels heavy. So if you saw my year-end recap, you might have seen my slight disappointment with my XTR pedals. Like I said in that video, I will still use them on occasion for that rare PR attempt when weight is everything. But for those all-day rides, overnighters, I decided to go safe with the new set of Shimano XTR 9100 pedals. I know I already have a pair of XT pedals from the last generation, 8000, but what the hell, I can't quit cold turkey and just... no, doesn't work. My old beat up commuter bike might inherit those XT pedals, so they will still get plenty of use. So the XTR M-Force 8 are light as hell, as you can see, but apart from giving up some weight, deep breaths, it's okay, you can do this, stay strong. So the XTR 9100 will add 100 grams over the Xpedos, but they will improve the bike in every other aspect. Ease of use, clipping in, clipping out, less cleat noise, and that's a big one for me. At least based on my previous experience with Shimano pedals, those Xpedos can be goddamn noisy from time to time. Just a quick interjection from the future. I had the first ride done and I just wanted to say the difference between these XTRs and the Xpedo pedals is like night and day. You have such a nice click, both clicking in and out of the pedal. What can I say? Is it worth 100 grams? Truth be told, the XTs are only 25 grams heavier than the XTRs. But the main reason I decided to get the XTRs is the low stack height. They are even lower than my Xpedos by a fraction, and the difference to my old XT 8000 pedals are pretty big. One can argue how much you can actually feel this, but having the pivot point as close to the middle of the spindle is a good thing in my book. Sick Biker, I think it was, actually made a pretty good video on this, so check out his video if you're interested in knowing why a low stack height is preferable. Now I know there's reports of the new 9100 pedals kind of failing pretty quickly, and I will for sure report back if something like that happens to me. I was actually searching for the previous 9000 XTRs because there are supposed to be a few grams lighter and there are plenty of aftermarket titanium spindles to experiment with, but I couldn't find a single pair around here, so the 9100 will have to do. I will also keep my eyes open for those third-party spindles. Doesn't seem to be much out there right now, but hopefully I can put these on a diet in the future. I have some other ideas for light and durable changes to the bike. I'm kind of intrigued by the thought of getting a proper gravel ready setup around the UCI weight limit, or at least under 7 kilos. And while the current setup is a lot lighter than that, I would argue that this is more of a road setup and maybe nothing you would do a proper gravel ride on. But we'll see if this works out or not. It's good to have challenges in life. We also have that elusive 12-speed new Dura Ace. What would I call it? 9200? But even if they announce that, I have a hard time seeing that we could actually get that in our hands this year. But we'll have to see. Still, I think it could be a pretty interesting year in terms of bike nerdery. But in my case, hopefully a few less broken spokes. Until next time. Peace. I'm also toying with the idea of live streaming.